Hey guys, just welcome back. We're doing a quick recording here. We had a technical glitch on the recording of the previous WhatRunsWhere Big Idea Mastermind class webinar, so we're going to serve you guys and put out another version here, so let's rock. Welcome to today's webinar. I want to take a minute here with you guys and imagine you just found the real deal X marks the spot treasure map. Are you screaming in joy? Jumping for joy, feeling on top of the world? Because I know I am. So let's just come back to that here in a minute. Big Idea Mastermind class and WhatRunsWhere teaming up for a couple hours of just solid content here. It's June 12th, 12 p.m. Pacific time. Well, now technically 1 o'clock Pacific time here in Victoria. I trust everyone's having a great day. Thanks for everyone to be here and welcome. Great to have you here. This is Michael Rich. Basically, I co-founded both Affiliate Network NAM Offers and Big Idea Mastermind class, an online coaching training program for affiliate marketers, those looking to explore the internet as a new revenue stream, inventors, basically anyone that's looking to utilize this technology called the internet. Inspiring people is what I do. So, get ready for some fun. As I mentioned here, this webinar is basically us, Max here, at WhatRunsWhere, providing you with a treasure map. 10 paces to the right, climb up this tree, look under this rock, voila, treasure. The difference here is WhatRunsWhere is going to give you a spy. Well, I prefer to use research or competitive intelligence. As you can see exactly, get this, okay, what banners are working where? What sizes these banners are, the images, the text. Heck, these guys are even going to tell you what site they're running on. So anyone that's part of the Big Idea Mastermind class or has had the opportunity to do business here with NAM Offers or WhatRunsWhere, knows that our intentions are to raise the bar in the industry. Best of yet, serve our customers. We have internet marketing expert and competitive tool specialist, Max Teitelbaum here, Chief Operating Officer, and overall beyond amazing, talented human being, great energy, and obviously a very high inclination for innovation. WhatRunsWhere is above and beyond what's existed ever. So I've had the opportunity to speak with Max, at WhatRunsWhere this week, and you guys are in for a treat. If you're from the Big Idea Mastermind class, and you're just getting started with internet marketing, that is cool. This webinar is being recorded. You guys can always revisit this valuable material covered today, anytime, anywhere, as long as you got your computer, your iMac, your iPhone, whatever's going on. So be sure to listen to Max's words. Visually follow the slides here and ultimately feel, you're discovering this treasure. It's like bliss. So the strategies covered will be, it's going to set you up for success, and 2, it's going to give you a lot of insights into the massive opportunity within WhatRunsWhere. So with that said, I want to hand this over to the man of the hour, Max Teitelbaum. Welcome, Max. I'd like to thank you again for the collaboration together. And folks, thanks again for tuning in. Really hope you enjoy the show. Max, the mic's yours. Rock the Casbah, brother.
Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate you, inviting me to do this and, taking the time to put this all together. So what I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to talk about 2 things. I could talk about WhatRunsWhere forever, and I'm just a little bit, biased there. But what I want to talk about first is media buying, because, I'm going to start at the very beginning, and we're going to sort of go through what media buying is. And media buying, as Michael says, sort of like a treasure map, and at the end of it, there's a big pot of gold or money or, yen or whatever currency that you use is at the very end there. And what I want to do is help you get from A to Z. So we put together a little presentation for you called Effective Media Buying for Internet Marketers. And just a quick note, as Michael said, I'm going to take full responsibility here. We had recorded this webinar, and then due to some technical difficulties on our end, we're just re-recording it for you now. So in the previous version, there was a live question and answer period, In this one, I'm just going to be working those questions into the actual presentation. But if you do have any questions, feel free to email us at whatrunswhere@whatrunswhere.com, and we'd be happy to answer any of them. So there are two types of media buying in my mind when we're talking about online media buying. There's a direct buy is the first type, which is buying ad space directly from a website or blog. This has pros and cons, as most things in life do. The pros are you tap into a high volume of traffic. You cut out the middle person, so you eliminate a lot of the fat in that process. You build great relationships, which can create barriers to entry, and you lock in inventory so people can't copy you. The cons are it's time consuming, it's a manual process. You have to pay third-party ad servers to deliver the ads, and it's hard to scale this in an efficient way. So for example, if you go to food.com and you say I want to place ads on food.com, you contact them, you work out a deal, which is called an insertion order, and you put your ads on food.com. This would be a direct media buy. A network or agency buy is buying ad space through a third party. The pros here, you have a quick setup. You can test a ton of sites because you test across a whole network of websites. You have an ad rep that will help you optimize and scale your campaigns, and you can swap out ads quickly and get significant data to test your ads very quickly. The cons are it's risky because it requires more money to start buying, and you're more reliant on your actual representative, and you don't have as much transparency, which is what one of the things we try and fix at WhatRunsWhere. So, for example, you would go to Pulse 360 or AOL and say I want to buy across the network of sites that you represent, and you would put your ad, you would sign a contract with them, and they would deliver your ads for you. So that's like picking an ocean. Do you want to go on the Atlantic, the Pacific, Atlantic direct, Pacific, network buy? But to get to all this treasure, you still need a ship. And that's the way I would think of ads. The ads are your ship. And you really need a good ship to get across that ocean. You want to get there quickly, and you want to get as much treasure as possible before everybody else takes it. So how do you create a great ad? You want to highlight benefits over features within your advertising copy. What that means is if you're advertising, let's say, a mop, instead of saying this mop cleans your floors really well, you would say your house will be really clean. It's saying a similar thing, but it's showing the end result instead of giving an attribute to the product. Less is more, so you want one or 2 points per ad. You want to play on emotions. Love, fear, and greed are all great emotions. You want a strong call to action, so you want something that says, click here, engage with my ad, use me right now. You want to test multiple different ads in each ad group that you create, so you want to test things like amateur images, borders, fonts, colors, buttons, a whole range of things to see what really works. You always want to be optimizing. You want to keep your ad file small so that it loads quickly on the page. You want to rotate ads frequently to avoid fatigue. What I mean is if you run the same ad for a year on a website, eventually people are going to start to drone it out. You just start blending in on the background, so refreshing your ad copy can allow you to create better ads. So we pulled some examples from WhatRunsWhere, some ads that we think are pretty good. For example, this Zeus one, it has literally 8 words on it, still single. So are we, browse for. There are 8 words on that ad, and one of them is the logo and the name of the company, but it gets its point across. With the Audible ad, it's get a free audiobook today. That's what draws you in. The call to action is learn more in that button, and the brand's on there. It's all simple. It's conveying one idea, and that's what makes these ads great. Making money with media buying isn't, you snap your fingers and you make a ton of money. It involves some time. It involves staying out budget. You need some knowledge. You need to test. And you need to prove market. You know what WhatRunsWhere does? It eliminates most of this. It allows you to sort of skip a lot of this and get to the money a lot quicker. But the media buying process is a hugely rewarding one, but it requires time and persistence, identifying a proven market, a healthy testing budget, testing and optimization, and knowledge, arming yourself with the right intelligence. Anybody can take time. If you're persistent, you can have enough time. With a bit of research, you can identify a market. Anybody can have a bit of a testing budget, and testing and optimization is really just a bunch of math. But knowledge, arming yourself with the right intelligence to really buy media is the key here. And that's what we've tried to do with WhatRunsWhere, and I'll keep plugging the company. I don't really mean to, but I'm really passionate about what we actually do. So there are a couple keys for success with media buying. The first is being prepared. You need to be able to research and pick the right offer or the right product to promote. You need to get the best payouts possible if you're working with an acquisition goal. So if you're writing an affiliate offer, you decide on the placement options. Do you want to buy on a network or do you want to buy directly? Then you need to figure out budget. How much am I willing to test? Then you just select specific traffic sources. What websites or what networks do I actually want to go and test on? Then, are you sending traffic to an advertiser site or creating your own landing page? So are you putting an intermediary page in between to help sell that consumer? You need the right tools in place with ad tracking and ad serving. And then you need to use a competitive intelligence tool to see what's working for you so you can save time and money. And that's where WhatRunsWhere comes in. And then you have to stick with it. Get over the fear of losing money. You have to get over a wall during the testing period. Some people will throw up a campaign and make money immediately when they're buying media, but the majority of people, will lose a bit of money at the very beginning, but then it'll pay it back 100 times after once they get everything optimized. And you want to test and optimize currently. You want to learn from other people's mistakes and don't repeat them in your own campaigns. If you are able to use competitive intelligence and see what somebody spent $1 million testing and you see what really works, why would you go through and retest that all yourself? You want to learn from what mistakes they made and the success they've had so you don't have to spend that money to, redo that. And success doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and, be rich. But if you stick with it, you'll be in good shape. There's a favorite quote of mine, which is, anybody can make decisions with perfect information. It's, the entrepreneurs and the ones that do really well that make decisions with imperfect information. If you get given everything, you can make a really smart decision. But it's the ones that get the most reward are the ones that make it with a limited amount of information. Now, with WhatRunsWhere, we try and give you as close to perfect information as possible, but you have to take that leap yourself. So we've been talking about competitive intelligence and WhatRunsWhere. What is competitive intelligence? It's the process of gathering and refining information about products, customers, and competitors so that can be used to make strategic business decisions and get ahead. That sounds like a mouthful. I mean, honestly, Michael, that sounds like, something that you would do with a textbook. What it means on the display and mobile side is it means being able to look at what your competition or other people in general are doing on the internet, see what they've spent money testing and see, where they've really screwed up and what's really working for them, and then use that to save time and money within your own campaigns. It gets you to that goal at the end of that map that much quicker. So how can internet marketers actually benefit from competitive intelligence? Good question, slides. I'm going to answer it now. You identify similar advertisers who are doing well in marketing to the same audience. So it doesn't necessarily need to be a competitor, but if you can look at similar companies that are doing well within, a parallel space, you can learn a whole bunch of stuff. You identify less competitive niches and countries to market in, where there's less competition, you can make a ton of money. You accelerate your learning by seeing what your competition is up to. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. If somebody spent millions upon millions of dollars creating a great campaign, why would you start from scratch? Why won't you just build on what they've done? You can identify trends and be the first to, spot what you think is going to do well in the future, and stop wasting time and focus on increasing your reach and return on investment with the right intelligence. You don't need to, waste time going through and collecting all this information and trying to make, a guess. You can really just get the information that allows you to do it. So this is where WhatRunsWhere comes in. And I can talk about WhatRunsWhere forever, but I'm going to do something that nobody else does. Usually when somebody comes and talks about their product, they have a bunch of slides, screenshots, and they talk about it. I'm going to bring you guys live into our tool. I'm going to tell you why this is scary. And this is why people don't do it. Because if your site's down or your tool screws up, you look really badly. But I'm so confident in what we do that I have no problem in showing you guys this. So we're going to go to WhatRunsWhere.com. This is what the internal interface of WhatRunsWhere.com is. And we're going to pick a really generic example to use. We have a ton of data on performance marketing, but we don't want to, out anybody's stuff. So we'll use a car company. Michael, are you still here? Or did I lose you?
Yeah, I'm here, Max.
Sure. Do you want to pick a car company for me?
No, I'm right here, brother.
Oh, perfect. Do you want to pick a car company for me?
Let's try like Honda.
Honda, sure. So we're going to look up Honda. Let's pretend that we're a competitor of Honda's and, we're just entering this market. So if we look up Honda, we can type in Honda and we can look up, we can look up Honda in the UK. So honda.co.uk. This is what Honda's doing within the UK. So immediately we can see where they're buying ads, all the different sources they're buying ads from. We can see the demographics of who's actually going to honda.co.uk. But here's the real secret sauce. We can see all the traffic sources they're using. So we can see the 1,700 unique places that Honda is advertising within the UK. And what we do, which makes us really unique, is we give a score called prevalence, which is a score based on and I can't tell you exactly what it is, but it's based on the theory of, if something's been running somewhere a long time, we've seen it a lot recently, it's probably doing pretty well. So we use these to give indicators about what actual placements are doing best. So if you're going to go and you're going to compete with Honda, why wouldn't you take the best places that are advertising in your market? So instead of testing all 1,700 of their placements, why wouldn't you take the top, say, 200-300 of these placements and test them? I will bet you a lot of money that they're going to outperform what you would do if you just started testing blind. We'll also show you all the different ads that Honda is using in the UK. So be it their actual banner ads that they're using or the text and hybrid ads that they're using. And we have something called ad strength here, which is a similar score which will show what ads we think are doing best. We can also show common phrases within their ads, make suggestions about placements. We can also show landing pages that Honda is using. If you're interested in any specific ad, you can just click on that ad and you can get details about exactly where that exact ad is showing up and the exact landing page being used, and then you can go visit it. Why is this important? Why should you care? Because especially when you're competing against, established players or brands, or even just other independent marketers, if you can take what they spent time and money testing to optimize, and Honda's probably spent millions of dollars to optimize these ads, and you can figure out what their end result is. Here's what they spent $1 million to do. Take that back into your own campaign and start, optimize it based on that. You're going to be a lot further ahead. So you can also do a couple other things within WhatRunsWhere. You can search by publisher. So that's the exact opposite side. Do you remember when we talked about direct buys and food.com? Well, I want to put a buy on food.com. I should do some research there, right? I'm not just going to go in blind. So looking at
Hey, Max. I just wanted to come in here quick. Your mic actually cut out about 20 to 30 seconds ago, just when you started this food.com portion.
Oh, I apologize. I'll go back and redo it then. Something got hit, mute got hit. So as I said, if I'm doing a direct buy on food.com, I want to look at who's advertising on food.com. So I can go in here and search and see all the different advertisers that are advertising on food.com. So if I see all my competitors advertising there, I probably want to be advertising there. If I don't see any of them, it might be a sign that I might not want to advertise there. I can also see all the ads being used on food.com to see what ads are really performing there. And big surprise, most of them are, food-focused ads. Who would have thought? There are a couple other ways to search through WhatRunsWhere. You can search by keywords. So we search the actual ad and the landing page and the URL for these keywords. So if I type in diet, WhatRunsWhere is going to pull me up ads that relate to the keyword diet. And this is hugely, important because if you're an advertiser in space, you may not know all of your competitors, and this will help you identify competitors and also just see what ads are performing well for that keyword. We can also allow you to do top ad searches. So before you buy on an ad network, you can say, oh, I don't know, value click. I want to see the top 300 by 250 ads that are running on value click, and we'll show you all the top ads that we've seen running on value click. The other thing that you can do is you can also enter in competitors within our domain tracking. So you can enter in a competitor and we'll send you email alerts whenever we find new ads for them. So we make this so easy for you that you don't actually need to be logged into the product to get these updates. So we see this Bing on. We could enter in Google, and Bing would get sent an update every time that we find a new ad for Google if they're a client of ours. So that's what we do on the display ad side, and you know how that makes you money and saves you time. You know, why is it important? Because you, as I said, you can look at what people spend millions upon millions of dollars testing and get that within a couple minutes. You can do your entire research and testing phase very, very quickly. We also do something on the mobile side, which is exactly the same thing, but we are the only company to offer in-app Android ad coverage as well as mobile web coverage. So we can show you all the banners running on the mobile web, but also within mobile apps. So if we're interested in, let's say, the Blood Brothers app, we can look at all the different traffic sources that we've seen Blood Brothers running on, as well as all the different banners that they're using. So we can see the 17,000 different apps that we've seen them running on, who's serving them, as well as we can see all the ads being used for Blood Brothers as well. And that's what we do. Our goal here was to create something that was affordable for everybody, and also empowered media buyers everywhere. Up until we really came out, there were the big players in the space. ComScore, Nielsen, they charge $20,000 to $100,000 a year for this intelligence. So we tried to make a solution that was available to everybody. I mean, our goal with this product is to give you the highest return on investment that you'll make as a business when you're buying media. That this is an investment into your business and your success. So let's get back here. So what is WhatRunsWhere? As I've been showing you, it's a premium competitive intelligence service. We're the largest database of online ads in the world. We cover 90 display ad networks and 60 mobile ad networks. We have international coverage in 15 countries. You guys can try and make me name them all, but I probably can. It would take a minute though. And we're the only person to offer in-app advertising intelligence. So why would you want to use WhatRunsWhere? We're going to save you a ton of time and a ton of money. And time and money are pretty much the same thing in business because there are only a certain number of hours in the day. We want to automate the manual process of browsing the web and searching through hundreds of ads. Before we existed, to get this data, you would have to go to a website, let's say food.com, and load the page a couple hundred times. That's not a very efficient use of your time. We want to help you discover new traffic sources, keep tabs on your competition, research ad creative and copy to create better ads, expand into new markets, find successful advertisers and what's working on each ad network, and access in-depth data and reporting, all to make you more money when you're buying media. So we put together, Michael, asked me, can you do something special for the people that are listening? Yes, absolutely. So WhatRunsWhere for the display and mobile product is usually $279 a month. We sell a year of the product for $2,750, so $2,750, but we're willing to offer it for the next 48 hours for $2,000. That means between paying month to month and paying $2,000, you save over $1,300 on the year. And as I said, this should be the highest return on investment decision you make as a business. I firmly believe within the first couple of weeks, if you can't make a huge return on your investment, we're doing something wrong. To do this, simply sign up for a trial at WhatRunsWhere.com. I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. And then email us at WhatRunsWhere@WhatRunsWhere.com with the subject Webinar Special to take advantage of this. As I said, this deal is only valid for the next 48 hours. So if you want to do this, you would go to WhatRunsWhere.com. You would hit our pricing page. You can sign up for a trial. It's $1 for 7 days for the trial. You can try it for a day and then email us if you'd like. And I think within the day you'll see the huge value there, or you can just sign up and email us. And then we have a couple things to help you. We have live support within the product. We want to make sure that you succeed. We have somebody named Jay that literally sits 20, 30 feet away from me day in, day out. And his whole job is to talk to users within the product and make sure that they are up to speed on, anything about media buying. So if you have any questions, he is the man to ask. And then you can always email us as well if you have any questions. We're always happy to help. We want to make sure that you succeed. We've also created a free resources section at whatrunswhere.com/resources.php, which gives out over 100 pages of free media buying advice and information brought to you by WhatRunsWhere and our partners. So it go anywhere from starting on the Google Display Network to how to create great ads to, just general media buying to using WhatRunsWhere to supercharge your media buys. And this is 100% free, no strings attached. Again, we want you to succeed. If you're not succeeding, we won't succeed as a company. So again, I'm going to pull this back up, and I would urge you to actually take advantage of this. It's a fantastic deal, and we're not going to offer it more than these 48 hours, and because of our actual users that pay us, they found out about it, they'd all try and take advantage of it. And well, if any of you are actual users, we'd love for you to take advantage of it. We do want to make this a limited time deal. So as I said, this is a re-recording because we screwed up at the beginning. There were a lot of great questions. I'm going to bring up a couple of them, read them, and answer them. The first question that was asked is, does WhatRunsWhere include adult data? My answer there is we do include adult data in a certain sense. We do collect some adult data. We go out and aggressively filter out that data from the main product, but within the user dashboard there's an option to re-enable that data, because as long as we collect it, we might as well let users see it. But generally, if you signed up, you will not get adult data within your search results. Another question that was asked had to do with how our mobile coverage is. The comment was, I tried your mobile product a little while ago. Has your coverage improved? I will say this about our product in general. Our coverage improves every single day as we added more sites, more placements, and we continue to innovate and improve the product. Our mobile product is just about a year old and is 1,000,000 times better than it was 6 months ago. And as we continue to improve, it'll only get better. And then, Michael, do you remember any of the other questions, or?
Max, I think you covered it really well.
Thank you.
I really am super impressed with WhatRunsWhere overall. I've just recently been watching the series called Mad Men, and about the TV Wall Street, the advertising junkies, and the guys who were taking over basically, the economy and really forcing consumers. So to see what you guys are doing here at WhatRunsWhere, and for $2,000, to have access to this kind of data for a year, it's just kind of funny in my eyes. Just watching that show and correlating it for everyone watching, like the data that's available here. We're talking like the Mad Men.
It seems like a no-brainer, but and it's really interesting because we work with some very large companies. The sizes of like the AOLs of the world, and when we go to them, they can't believe how cheap our data is. They're expecting to pay huge amounts of money for this data, but our real mission is to make it accessible to everybody and bring this this level of intelligence to everybody so that people can really succeed in buying media. It's not we want to make it available to the masses, not just some secret club.
It's like an evolution of advertising and internet marketing as we know it. And just to make that clear for all the people there, like this stuff you're getting is just beyond anything that's really tangible. This $2,000 to get demographics and the exact placements and the exact banners, and these are yours to look at, review, and then obviously emulate and better, and find landing pages that work for your offers. And this is like for dating and gaming, and obviously the big idea Mastermind class and the biz off, insurance, shopping. It's just you name it. Max and WhatRunsWhere's got it.
Oh, absolutely. As I said, we want to be the highest return on investment decision you make as a business, and I stand by that.
So absolutely. I guess, I really appreciate doing the re-recording, Max. It worked out just, really genuine and authentic, and everything was beautiful. I hope everyone, enjoys the experience and really sees the value here. If $2,000 is just too much for you today, well, I encourage you to take the $1 trial and just get your feet wet, and you're gonna go, oh, okay, $2,000. I can see how this would just be possible.
I'll say this: by the end of the $1 trial, I bet you the people that take that $1 trial are gonna call and say, "Is that $2,000 offer still available?"
Exactly. So 48 hours, take advantage, and. anyone that's from the Big Idea Mastermind class, I just want to, this is what these webinars are all about, adding value. And thanks again, Max, for, hosting this and being here and really showing the masses, what's available in media buying.
Well, thank you for having me.
So anybody, get your butt over to WhatRunsWhere.com, get your membership going. And for those that, are interested in joining the community, we're just going to continue to add value and bring webinars like this. You know where we're at, BigIdeaMastermindClass.com. Check it out. We've got testimonials, a lot of people making a lot of good money, newbies, advanced internet marketers, people who are looking to become experts in specific niches, inventors, you name it, the internet's available and the mastery is here. So I encourage you guys to, again, WhatRunsWhere.com. Check it out, get yourself in there, BigIdeaMastermindClass.com. Get in there, Max, I can't say it again, gratitude's here. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to, connecting again soon.
Thanks so much.
All right. Talk to you guys soon.